I'm so scared. It feels like I'm nervous. Like really nervous. But what do you guys think of the background I made? Oh, like I'm shaking. It feels really weird reading one of my own things. Very funny, Oscar. Oh my god. That PogChamp isn't too bad, I guess. But hello, Oscar, Enshal, Octo, Doddle, hello, and Captain BS. Yeah, the 3 ads. So I'm trying to remember to put on the 1.5 minutes ads when I start the stream, just to stop the pre-rolls for the first half hour. I don't know if I should put something on the start and soon screen just to say it stops the pre-rolls for half an hour. Then that's all. Sorry. Thank you for sticking through it though. How did you stack the books like that? I just found this picture. Oh, you spent your channel points. How many have you got left to get? This is amazing. Just pretend we're all naked. Wow, Octo. And Oscar, how did you do that? You both said it at the same time. Also, can you guys, because I've got it obviously on like a tiny kind of, what do you call it, preview screen, can you guys like read the chat and everything? Because I might have to end up changing that. When am I breaking? I can't remember what the time was when I left. Oh no. Oh, hey, and Captain BS wants some french fries. The one thing I'm also not sure about is if I ignore chat while I'm reading, or like, so if I read the entire thing and then go back through chat, or do I read chat as I go? What do you guys think about that? Because I was thinking if I do end up clipping these and putting them on YouTube for people who miss them, you think ignore chat? I think I think that might be the best as well, and then we can go back through chat afterwards. And who knows, maybe you guys will be too intent listening to talk. Ignore chat won't affect our self-esteem. Hey, Panda. I might do that. I was saving them for today because he said I could add a command and I spent them and now I'm sad. Oh, I'm sorry, Doddle. Hopefully, I was thinking of doing some predictions. Like, whether I'm gonna beat the Elite Four, because we're at that stage. Which is kind of scary. Ignore the chat. You ignore chat anyway, what's new? We don't exist. Should we wait a little bit longer, or shall I just get right into it? I am like, I'm shaking. It's something about reading my own work. If it was like some random book, I wouldn't be like this. Thank you for the lurk, Doddle. I appreciate it. Predictions. Yeah, I don't think I've done a single prediction yet. I keep forgetting about them. To at everyone in the Discord. Ooh. No, the ats have been turned off for senior mods as well. Or do you mean in my Discord? Ooh, 8ball isn't mad at Captain BS anymore. Oh, your Discord. I don't know, I don't want to bother everyone. You know? Also, actually, perhaps while we wait for a few more people to filter in, well, I guess it's hard to ask if you want to do the next chapter after this, but if you guys do want to do this again as a community challenge, would you want to do the next chapter, or would you want to see what the first chapter from my other novella is like, the fantasy one with the Robin Souls? Is that something you'd be interested in? Because I feel like that's more... I don't know, fantasy is very hit and miss. But this is like a teen fiction romance, which I feel like a lot of you might not be in. I don't know. Into, not in. Don't want the plebs of Miola server coming here for the reading of our second Bible. Oh, Oxo, I don't know how you come up with those lines. Did you at everyone? Oh no. Oh, I was gonna say maybe use Sadie announcements instead. Yeah, has it not announced that I'm going live in the server? Oh, you pumpkin. I think it has. Oh, why would you do that? Now I'm like more scared. Oh. forehead moment. I mean, the staying page, you gotta do what you feel is right. Oh, you come up with the puns like left, right, and center. I considered it, but go big or go home. But they wouldn't know it's for the book reading. Huh? Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. Saying I have no romantic life, you are absolutely correct. Oh, bless you. Hey, cover. Oh, I'm so nervous. I think my biggest worry... By the way, because my mic's here and I was thinking of facing this way, does the audio sound any different, like when I'm chatting here compared to when I'm talking like this? Is it about the same? Is it a bit more echoey? Because I couldn't test it, obviously, so you're gonna have to let me know, otherwise I'll try, maybe. Oh. Ooh, camera focusing for some reason on something behind me. Oh, alright. There is about 2,000 words, according to Wattpad. Speaking of, if anyone does want to read along, was it this one? Yeah, it's gonna be the first one if anyone does want to read along. I did update it on Wattpad itself, so it should be exactly the same, and it said approximately 7 to 8 minutes of reading. So that's obviously inside your head, which is going to be faster than me talking it out loud, so it's going to be about 10 minutes, which I am going to be ignoring chat. That's going to be a lot of catching up to do. Oh, they know now. Scream while swaying your head side to side. I don't want to seem creepy, scary. Creepy? Possessed. One thing we could start while we're waiting, whereas Oscar hasn't said anything yet. Let's set up the stream raiders. In case anyone wants to join. I did have a look. There is no gold chest, so we'll just go along the top here, I think. There's quite a few units. Okay. Yes, there we go. Where's Abe? Oh. Just put 10 minute slow mode on and everyone can send one message. That would be evil. No, like if someone wants to respond to something, I think that's fair enough. I won't read through it until the end then. Make a slow mode. Didn't say anything because I assumed you want to start after the reading. I appreciate it. But no, we'll keep the addiction going. It's okay. I may or may not have spent like pretty much my entire time at the PC last 24 hours playing Stream Raiders, having like 3 streams open. Oh, okay. Are we ready? Shall I start? I'm really scared as well about the voices because there's Sky, there's the head maid, there's the random maid, Lizette. Well, she's not that random, she's kind of a main character. And then a random receptionist person, and then the leader of the event. So that's like 6 voices. Oh. Just do your best. You're good at voices, it'll be fine. I appreciate the words, Oscar, thank you. I could be worse. My main issue is one person can end up having like 5 different accents in 30 minutes. You've done all the Pokemon ones, that's true. No one here thinks you're a pro. I mean, I'm not, so. Alright. Does anyone have any last things to say before I start reading this? I'm probably gonna cover up chat as well, so that I don't get distracted if you guys do talk. Because it's gonna, like, and then I'm gonna get distracted, so I'll probably end up covering chat. So speak now or forever hold your peace. Hey, Constant Thigh, how are you? You've come just in time. I think we're about to start reading the first chapter of my book. Wait, why Abe and not Abby again? I think I missed it. It's because Calpy kept calling Abby Abe in his streams, and no one corrected him, and I talked about it once while he was lurking in the first hour of a stream. So now he does call Abby Abby now. Hope you're having a good day. I'm at work, so I just want to say hi quickly. I appreciate the popping in to say hi. I'm doing alright. I'm nervous about reading my own stuff because I'm a weird person like that. But other than that, I'm good. and I hope you have a good day at work. I do appreciate you popping and say hi. Did I put on a slow mode so you don't have tons to catch up on? I'll say no for the first time, because I do want to see, like, it probably won't be so bad, like, in earlier chapters, because nothing will really be happening as we build up to the main story, but, like, if something happens and you're like, then, like, you know, I'd like to read those reactions, but I don't know, as well, maybe, I don't know. Chat going fast. You'll be fine, I'm so excited. Oh, that's sweet. I should be fine. You put something on screen saying you're not reading chat when you're reading aloud. Ooh, that could be a good point. I'll have to add that. Not reading chat while reading aloud. Yeah, so people don't think I'm rude, but I'm sure you guys will probably tell them, won't you? And just start reading chat when you're done and not catch up. Just say it every now and then for now. Oh, the only other suggestion is, like you said, maybe do the 10-minute thing and then everyone just writes their thoughts and then sends in one big message, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to give you guys as mods too much work as well. Hey Gibbs! How are you? Just don't catch up on chat, but I want to catch up on chat. I wanna see you guys' reaction. It won't be much, because this is gonna be the first chapter. It's not gonna be that exciting. It's important they'll say it again. Oh, I guess so. Oh my god. I'm just gonna have to pretend I'm practicing, like, English speaking or something. I'm good. I'm nervous, but I'm good, and I appreciate you popping in. And if you're gonna go off to study, then I hope the studying goes well. My belly is in knots right now. It feels like, fun fact, a little story, when we had to, I think I was year 8, I was like 12, I think. And we had to read in front of the class, and I actually had a panic attack and had to leave, so this feels very similar to that, which is funny, because I talk to more people at times. Yes, I am stalling. Oh my god. Alright. I will start now then. I'm covering chat, so anything you say will be missed by my eyes until I am done. I should have like a little thing that says reading now or something. I like that idea. Nice. Okay, one last check. Oh, yeah, put a notice on the screen saying that you won't be reading chat for people told their thoughts about the chapter until you're after done reading. Yeah, so basically writing in one message thoughts and then sending it at the end. I like that one. I think I might do something like that. You know what you need for stalling, and obviously place distraction like this one. I appreciate it. Oh my god! Oh my god, a double raid! Oh my god, thank you so much, Sammy and Cammy, for the double raid. Holy cow! Thank you so much. Oh my god, that's I really appreciate that. Thank you. I was already nervous and now I'm doubly nervous. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know what's happening. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know if. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm very nervous. I don't normally. Yeah, I'm about to read something aloud that I've written myself, which for me is a very uncomfortable situation. But hello. Oh, Moonlight Pendant. You're Terry, I think, aren't you? Unique Gamer and One That Player. All the poop. Thank you so much. Oh, were you, Sammy and Cammy, were you playing Rocket League together, were you? And thank you, One That Player, for the follow. I really appreciate that. Wait, have we got the conductor of the poop train? Yes, Cammy is the conductor of the poop train. I reported a body, it's at admin. Who's sus? Not from the raid, but poop. You are Terry the Carry, hello. Thank you, Cole. I hope I've got this. Oh, like my hands are like, I don't know if you can still see it. I'm trying to control it, but I'm shaking. Oh, I just want poop. Hello everyone, you're here just in time for the reading. Thanks to Seb stalling. Yep, I'm stalling. Imagine if I would have had the raid during my reading. That would have been so nerve-wracking. Yes, it was super fun. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we played some twos in Rocket League together. Oh, that seems fun. I do want to get back into Rocket League. Who's up? Yeah, I ended up changing that because people were like, "Who's Serp?" And now Bunny tells it. I also love the little bunnies like lying in the little gap between the books. But thank you so much for the raid. I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Gotta head to bed though. It's 5 a.m. Have a great stream, Sadie. Night night, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid, Sammy. And if no one well, I assume a lot of you probably do know at least Cammy. But Sammy and Cammy. Hey, that rhymes. Are two super awesome people, and I definitely recommend checking them out. Not staying for the chapter reading. It's gonna be like 10 minutes. The Sammy's tired, especially at 5 a.m. I mean, kudos to you. That is, I was gonna say late, but also like super duper early. It's nothing super exciting anyway. It's a teen fiction romance that I wrote like. That's actually something else I have to say. I wrote this 2 years ago. So in the first chapter, at the very least, there are moments where I'm kind of feeling cringe about what I wrote. So hopefully that doesn't end up making me feel too uncomfortable. It's nothing like bad, it just, I read it and I'm like, like I could write it better, I could have written something different, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. I'm gonna start reading. Let's get this out of the way. How long have we been? 18 minutes. Okay. We can do this, I believe. Hang on, actually let me have a drink first. One more drink and then we'll go. The story will only half judge you. I appreciate it. Nothing better than cringing at our old work. That means you've improved. That is very true. Demonithor? I'm sorry, I probably completely butchered that. Rereading Dab. There we go. Yeah, I've written a novella since, and even like checking on it a year later, I've managed to improve and change so much. Been waiting 20 minutes for the story to start. I'm sorry, okay. So for anyone who is here, most people shorten it to Dem. I can do that one. Thank you for making it easy for me. I didn't have to book tickets, so I'd be asking for money back. Wow. I'll put on headphones for quality storytelling. Oh, bless you. These are the opening credits. Alright. I will not be reading chat, so if you have any thoughts, it's been suggested maybe write them all in one message and I'll read them later, but I won't be reading chat for the next 10 minutes while I do this reading. Oh, wish me luck. Hopefully I won't be too awkward. Like the start of Star Wars where they have the words that no one reads. Wow. If you don't read words at the start of a movie, what are you even doing? Alright. Let's go. Hang on. Let's go. Okay, Octo's excited. That's gonna get me pumped up. Just let's go. Actually, one very last thing. Sorry. Just again, in case anyone does want to read along, it's the top one. Yeah, in case anyone wants to read along. And that is it. I will start reading now. I'm ignoring chat for the next 10 minutes, I promise. Alright. The maid worked in silence, but instructed the next... I'm halfway down the page. Great start! Okay, let's start again. Sky couldn't help but snigger quietly to herself from her makeshift bed behind the wardrobe as she heard Karen get increasingly agitated. This girl will make me old before my time, Karen said to herself as she exited Sky's bedroom. She closed Sky's bedroom door behind her. Lizette! Yes, ma'am? Sky heard footsteps rushing down the hallway outside her home. Command the entire household to put their current chores on hold and to search for Sky. If she's late again, her parents will have all our heads. Sky tutted quietly to herself. She couldn't care less, but if her mother were to witness Karen mention her name without a title, she was certain her mother would have her head regardless of whether they found her. Of course, ma'am. Sky heard feet scurrying away this time, and also the sound of Karen sighing and mumbling to herself as she walked in the other direction. Sky heaved a sigh too as she pulled herself out from behind her wardrobe. She liked Lizette and didn't want to put her under the burden of having to find her. Besides, she was already awake now, and knew she wouldn't be able to fall asleep again. Knowing they wouldn't re-enter her room anytime soon if she hadn't been here the first time, she picked out an outfit and got changed at a leisurely pace as feet continued rushing around outside her room. Sky patted down the floral dress she'd put on as she looked at herself in the mirror. This attire wasn't her usual style, but she wore these uncharacteristic things to protect herself at these high-profile events. It was important for her to make herself unrecognizable on camera for the lifestyle she led behind this glamorous facade. Though she had to admit, the dress looked surprisingly good with her red hair. Announcing her presence within her room was too tedious for Skye, so she simply opened the door before seating herself in front of her makeup table to wait for a maid to arrive and do her makeup. Skye was ready to relax on her phone for a while when a maid appeared too fast for her liking. "Miss Skye, where have you been? You sent the entire household into disarray," she said as she entered the room, opting to turn off the lights and going to open the curtains to let the sunlight brighten up the room. Skye smiled tightly. "I've noticed. Anyway, we're running late, right? Help me with my makeup." "But, miss, I should tell them," the maid started. "Sure, go tell them. It won't be my fault we're late then, at least," Skye said nonchalantly as she took out her phone and unlocked it. Her words clearly affected the maid, who hesitated only for a split second before she rushed to Skye's side. Skye put away her phone and looked forward into the mirror. The maid worked in silence, but instructed the next maid who arrived to inform everyone that Skye was now having her makeup put on her. Only a few minutes passed until the news reached the head maid, who arrived with another maid in tow. "Janice," Karen barked upon her arrival, "what do you think you're doing?" The maid working on Skye's makeup took a few steps back and bowed an apology upon her arrival. "Apologies, ma'am, but we were running late and I didn't know where to find Jess to do the makeup for her." Karen scowled as she walked further into the room. Skye watched her walk closer. Much to Skye's distaste, Karen grabbed her by the chin and looked at her face from every angle. "Could be worse," Karen said as she retracted her hand. "Thank you, Janice. You may both take your leave." The two maids bowed and rushed out of the room, leaving Skye and Karen to themselves. If we weren't running so late, I would talk to you about the consequences of your actions." There was a hint of agitation in Karen's voice as she grabbed a light jacket from Skye's wardrobe. "But we both know it wouldn't change anything," they thought as they shot each other a glance. "Come along, Miss Skye. The car is waiting out front." Karen left the room without saying another word and expected Skye to follow, which she did for once. Skye hated charity events or anything she had to do to make her parents look good. Animal events were another matter. It was the only time she put up with it because the animals were worth it. It was easy for her to keep up with Karen with her large strides. At one point, she debated just heading out to the front since the older woman was much shorter and so much slower than her, but she decided against it because she didn't want to appear too keen. After an agonizing 3 minutes of alternating fast and slow walking, they reached the front door where the car was waiting. Karen turned to Skye and held out her jacket. "Have an enjoyable time, Miss Skye." Skye said nothing as she took the jacket and descended the front steps. Her chauffeur was just as silent as her, and they barely acknowledged each other as they walked past him and into the car. The drive itself was also silent, only the radio was talking. The event was happening at a park which she frequented. She realized she'd never seen it in daylight before when they arrived. The bright green color of the leaves was a pleasant contrast to the dark grey tints she saw at night. She didn't regard the chauffeur as he bowed in farewell when she left, and she made her way over to the so-called reception desk of the event. "Good morning," she greeted in words that seemed foreign to her tongue. The petite-looking girl looked up from what she was doing and smiled at Skye, ready for a question. Could you please tell me where I can find the person responsible for the event?" When Skye didn't return the smile, the grin on the girl's face faltered, but returned to its friendly demeanour at once. "Of course, Mr. Evergreen is over next to the stage, wearing a red blazer. You can't miss him." Skye nodded and left without thanking her, leaving the girl behind her wondering who this impolite girl was. But her smile returned as she turned to help the next visitor, and she quickly forgot Skye. An almost literal sore thumb amongst the crowd, the man was hard to miss with his red attire. She determined to make a direct beeline for him to get this event underway, but a German Shepherd puppy put a dent into her plans. She diverted to the right without hesitation and walked over to the elderly man who was evidently struggling to keep him under control. "Hello," she greeted, forcing a smile onto her face. "Hello, dear," he responded with a smile which reached his eyes. "How are you doing today?" "I'm doing well," she replied, looking down to his puppy. "Would you mind if I pet your dog?" she asked then, getting straight to the point. He chuckled. "Of course, I think it's all he's been looking for since we got here." She smiled then, an honest smile. Sky tied her thin dress up into a knot at the side to avoid getting paw prints on it, and in doing so revealed the shorts she was wearing beneath, causing anyone who was looking in either direction to become flustered for a moment. She bent down and held out her hand. The puppy seemed uncertain at first, but upon sniffing her hand he bounded around too fast for her to keep up with him. She laughed. "How long have you had him?" she asked the elderly man. About 2 weeks now, I believe. My son got him for me, so I wouldn't be all alone all the time," he responded, happy that the young girl and his puppy were enjoying themselves. "Oh, I wish you would have got me one a little older. This puppy is way too lively and energetic for me. I told my son that, but he said it had to be this one. This pup spoke to him when he and his wife went to pick out a dog." Sky petted the top of the young dog's head one last time before she straightened up and untied her dress. "I'm sure your son had a good reason for picking him then," she said. "If you'll excuse me, I have somewhere I need to be now." She excused herself and left, leaving the old man confused at her sudden departure and the young puppy looking after her with his tail wagging. She approached the stage now, neither rushing nor taking her time, and once again spotted Mr. Evergreen without a problem as he was looking around and constantly checking his wristwatch. "Mr. Evergreen!" He looked up from his watch at once upon hearing her words. "Ah, you must be Miss Simmons," he responded, rushing over and sticking out his hand. "Perfect, just in time. It's a pleasure to meet you." Sky eyed his outstretched hand, unsure what to make of it. When she didn't move, he awkwardly moved his hand outwards to the right, indicating the backstage, as though that was the original intention for his hand movement. "If you please, follow me this way." He led the way backstage, and Sky almost let out an audible sigh but followed him. "For the animals," she reminded herself with a brief nod of her head. Please wait here for a moment," the older man said once they'd reached backstage. This time Sky let out a huff of air in annoyance as he scuttled off and left her by herself. She crossed her arms to show her distaste for the current situation. Could he not have done whatever it was he was doing now while he was waiting for her? He returned after a mere minute and signalled for her to follow him. She did so with no audible complaint. As she stood beside him, she zoned out as he called for attention and gave a quick speech. She only zoned back in upon hearing him speak her name. "Sky Simmons and her family for making this fundraising event possible with their very generous donation. We'd like to present them with this award." Although she had missed the first half of the sentence, she assumed this Mr. Evergreen had been thanking them. So she put on her fake smile and turned to him, taking the award from his outstretched hands. "Thank you." She was speaking so many foreign words today. He smiled at her and indicated for her to go to the microphone. She panicked for a moment, realizing she didn't know what to say, but she knew she could bluff her way through it. She walked to the mic with the award in hand. "Thank you," she said once more, wincing at how often she had to say that word combination today. She wasn't entirely sure who she was thanking this time either. "Have a good time, everyone." "There, bluffed," she said to herself proudly. With a slight bow, she walked off the stage, and upon reaching the bottom of the stairs, she expected to exchange a few last words with Mr. Evergreen before she went back to the animals. Instead, when she turned around, she came face to face with Father.